Hold up, why you gotta be so mad? J-Flex and Centex in the lab, cooking up a mean blast, impact, intact.
Alright, what it do, everybody? Episode 19, Where There's Smoke. We're here with another remote episode.
I kind of like these, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
it's easy. It's easy on the gas.
Yeah, and time.
Bro, I think so for those of y'all who don't know, we kind of alternated in going back and forth to recording at Logan's spot and then at my spot. And Logan lives on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
How many miles do you live from me?
I don't even know. But it basically takes like a good hour and a half to get to from one house to the other. Basically, like he lives on the far north side of Austin, and I live like 30 minutes south of Austin. So like
in Mexico, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, so any of those times that you saw the videos of us recording, I mean, we literally did like a 3-hour round trip to go to one spot or the other.
Yeah, I mean, there was one time that it was like a, in between location, maybe one or two times. But yeah, most times when it was at like the nice dining room table, that was Josh's house. And then obviously like the old ass furniture in the dimly lit living room is my house. So
vintage, we're calling it vintage, okay?
Yeah, we still broke on this outside.
I know, and then the thing about it too is Logan would come over here to my spot or like in my area, and he'd be like, "I hate it here." He's like, "Man, these people don't know struggle." If it slapped them in the face,
it just feels weird up there.
Yeah, it is. I mean, but everyone that's grown up here in Austin, or if you visited Austin, the North and the South are just two different worlds altogether.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man. So we're back doing it. So we're doing remote, and again, I don't know how long, this can be. The only thing is, like I said, I know you have a little bit more liberty to do whatever you can or what you want because, obviously you got the family to hold you back. Anyways, but just kidding. I love my family. But anyways, so you got that. And then on top of that, my work schedule has just been wonky. And so this, for now, I think is able to, we're able to connect. Last episode, I was pretty tired. I got burned out. So I came through with some energy and I got me some liquid courage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Welch's cran grape juice.
Okay. Dang.
Yeah, man. So how's your week been so far? Well, I guess it's Tuesday, so anything cool happen to you?
Not so far. Just typical stuff.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I just found out this week is my last week at SpaceX.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's my last week, and so they're going to move me to another job site.
Ship 'em up.
Mm-hmm. I'm actually going to Liberty Hill, so I'm pretty excited about that.
That's right up your neck of the woods, isn't it? Liberty Hillbillies. That's what back in my day.
Back in my day.
Yeah, I was in 4-H, and there was some girl. I don't remember what show we were at. It had to be like a big one, like the Austin show or something. And she's like, "Yeah, I'm from Liberty Hill. They call us the Liberty Hillbillies." I was like, I never heard of it. She's like, "What?"
Yeah,
she's like, "At our local show, the cows got loose on the highway." I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Bro, I mean, like, growing up in Leander, we were pretty country ourselves. I mean, not too country, but, we were out there. But Liberty Hill, bro, like,
country.
If you were out there, man, it was like, you ever seen the movie The Hills Have Eyes?
Dang.
Or what is it? Wrong Turn?
Dang.
But, yeah, you just didn't want to be caught out there after 10. So it's weird because it's like, in the hood, you don't want to get caught after, like, midnight. But then you go to the country, you definitely don't want to be out there after midnight.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so I'm going to be, we're going there, well, I'm going there, and the job site, there's like no structure, so we're doing like a bunch of underground and trenching and all kinds of fun stuff during the summer,
Yeah, nice.
So, fuck it, but it is what it is, so, but yeah, man, so that's kind of me for the week, and, yeah, man, just kind of playing it by ear day by day,
Yeah.
So, Yeah, but anything in the news caught your eye? I mean, I haven't really been paying attention, but I heard that the Iranian president went to go take a dirt nap.
Really? I heard
Oh yeah.
his helicopter crashed.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah. And
he's
then
he's out of
yeah,
there.
and then, but my grandpa was saying that it's really some other guy that has like all the power over there.
Yeah, it's the Ayatollah guy. So he's essentially like the head honcho, and the president is kind of like the vice president to him, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Or think of it this way:
I'm Big Dad,
the
you're Little John.
he's like Jerry Jones, and this guy is Garrett. You know, he's
Garrett.
just the coach, and coach just went down, bro. Coach went down hard. So, my
Who is
thing
the
is
Cowboys
this:
coach now?
Garrett, or not Garrett?
It's
Ah,
not
damn it,
Garrett.
what's his name? Mike,
McCarthy.
Mike. Yeah,
McCarthy.
there
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go. Yeah. So I was
You
saying
thought it was
Garrett.
Pat
And
Garrett
Garrett's
and Billy the Kid. Nah, it was Jason
yeah,
Garrett years ago.
yeah, Mister. All right,
Yeah,
missed field goal.
I liked him.
Um, yeah, of course everybody did. He didn't get mad, bro. he, he never was mad. He was like, "Yeah, way to go. We got sacked. Let's go. 4th and 3. We're gonna run it." So that was Garrett. But anyways, so yeah, the Iranian president, for those of y'all who already know, he was in a helicopter crash. He had left what was supposed to be like a ceremonial thing for like a dam that was like in a neighboring country.
Hmm.
I don't know if it was a neighboring country or if it was in Iran. I think it was a neighboring country. But anyways, long story made short, they were flying a helicopter when it was foggy as hell. I mean, as if we didn't learn from Kobe's accident. You know what I mean? Like they and the thing about it too is like when you see a helicopter in the air, you're thinking like it's not. It looks like it's going like 50 miles an hour or like 40 miles an hour. Now these bitches are going like 130. Like they're flying.
Yeah, you don't think about it. Yeah, I know what you mean. If it's going way
Yeah,
faster than a car,
that's what I'm saying. But like
yeah,
it's weird because when you look in the sky, even an airplane, like you see it and it's just it looks like it's going like super slow, but then in reality it's going like 400 miles an hour.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty gnarly, but yeah, he ended up him and then the foreign minister also passed away in that. So there was actually some people with higher authority that died on that helicopter. So, but it's
Hmm.
interesting though because it's like he could have died at any time, right? At any time when he accepted when he
Well, he
took that
did right now,
position.
anytime, right now.
Well, I know that, but it's like when the tensions are high in the Middle East, that's when this
Yeah.
happens, you know. So, but they don't suspect any foul play. But I was waiting for people to start pointing fingers because it is, like I said, it's a coincidence that he just so happened to die when tensions are high right now over there. But I mean, as far as I've heard, no one's really been pointing fingers as to foul play, which you really can't. I mean, the fog was so dense out there; it took them a few hours to even find the helicopter. You know,
Hmm.
so. Um, so yeah, man, that's what's going on right now as far as the prime or the foreign not foreign but the president of Iran. So they have the vice president right now is acting as what is it interim presidency or
Interim.
whatever.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, interim presidency. So, and then they're gonna do since now he's dead. They have to have a vote. So they're voting. They're gonna start ready to vote for the newest president.
Hmm.
I mean, this guy, he's not even finished smoking. I mean, his body's still cooking, and they already got.
I mean, that's how things go, right?
What? How does it go? Smoking on that Iran president pack?
Yeah, we're smoking on that. That was a week ago, but he's gone now. Yeah. I mean, you'll be replaced as soon as you're gone. So
But think about it though. If it was, let's just
he was
say
smoking on somebody else's hair, but when he was here,
that's true. But think about it this way though, right? Let's just say, and again, pure hypothetical, right? Because there's again no foul play. But if there was somebody that had manipulated something or did something weird on a helicopter, dude, they got away with the perfect crime.
oh yeah. Same thing with Kobe. It's so weird.
Well, that Kobe thing was weird. Like
Yeah.
it was like, man, it was unnecessary. It was preventable.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was because of Kobe's like I don't want to say cockiness, but like his arrogance that was like, nah, man, we got to go. Like, I don't care if it's foggy. We have to be at this game today. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Kobe was he was pretty arrogant in some aspects. So if you're a pilot to a helicopter and Kobe's saying to go, you'd be kind of hard pressed to say no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Those are crazy situations. Was there anything in the news that caught your eye?
I've been watching the playoffs quite a bit. I don't know if you caught any of the NBA playoffs.
Bro, I fell out of NBA, dude. After COVID, I haven't really been paying much attention. Then I was like, oh, cool, we got Wemby. We should be kicking ass.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
But from my understanding, the Timberwolves knocked out the Nuggets.
Yeah. I watched that series. It was very good.
Yeah.
Something I noticed,
what are you thinking?
Like a little side note, we can talk about the actual players and series here in a second. But I noticed FanDuel is on the court. And I'm thinking, is that on the actual court? Or is that being put on there digitally by the TV people? And I was, at first I thought, that's actually on the court. And then I saw a glitch out when they came back from commercial or something. And it wasn't there. And then it came back and it looked weird. And then they fixed it. And I was like, that? So if you're there in person at the arena, you're not seeing that. And AKA the NBA is not fully behind that. But TNT or whoever is putting that on it's on the court. So I'm just thinking gambling's not legal everywhere, but it's online, and it's just what are your thoughts on gambling? There's this weird gray area where the NBA is not putting that on the court, but TNT is. It's kind of weird.
Right.
I don't know. I just found that kind of funny. And if you're really not paying attention, and I got so lucky that I caught it at that certain time, because every other time I had been noticing up and down the court. It was on the court, on the little a little side logo looking thing, and I thought, it's on the court. It's actually there. But then the one time I saw it differently, I was like, okay, it's not really on the court.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just kind of funny.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, when we watched football, I think it was during the 90s when they put the first yard.
On the field
line.
Yeah,
and I was like, what's going on, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then I mean I would say even within the last 4 or 5 years they've been really implementing a lot of AI in commercial breaks. I remember Fox would have the Triton, the big old football guy, the robot.
Oh yeah.
He would be on the field during a commercial break. But when they start putting those types of ads on the court, there has to be some type of partnership between the NBA and
FanDuel's cutting TNT a check or something.
Well, they're probably cutting both, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to, because you have to have permission to put it on the court. You got to get permission from NBA. You just can't sneak it on there. So there's some type of
the NBA is okay with gambling. What does that tell you?
Well, I mean, listen, as long as they're getting a cut, that's all that matters. You got to think.
So is it rigged?
As long as you got, I mean, let's be honest. We both know it's rigged. A lot of the sports games are rigged, but you got to think. Let's just say the NBA, TNT, and FanDuel go, okay, we're FanDuel. We're gonna go through. We're gonna do NBA. We're sponsoring NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
TNT. We have an agreement here. If you want, we'll cut you a check for everything. The way that they get the money, large corporations, what they do is they actually get a percentage of every fee from the transaction. So, for instance, Coinbase or any crypto exchanges, or even MasterCard for that or Visa, the money is actually within the transaction, because they're getting 4 or 5 cents per transaction, right? Every time you swipe your card, you're getting 4 or 5 cents. So that transaction is going to that company. When you got somebody swiping their card, 8 to 10 times a day, multiply that times 300 million. I mean, that's going to be a lot of money.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of the NBA and betting, well, betting's been around forever, right?
You know who I feel sorry for? Charles Barkley, when he's like, I guarantee the picks, and then he's wrong every goddamn time.
Dude, he's a damn fool.
He's a fool, and that keeps people watching. But no, the ref that got busted was Tim. I don't know if it's Donahue or Donahue. One of the. I don't know how you pronounce it, but yeah.
It was Donahue.
And he came out saying he wrote a book after, and he got it signed by the FBI director that prosecuted him, and the FBI director said, "I won't sign the book." Like, it's in the actual book that he signed. Everybody's copy of the book has it in there, and he said, "I won't sign the book unless everything in here is true." And the whole long story short is that guy said, even though I was gambling on the games with inside knowledge, yes, obviously that's illegal. I never made a call I never rigged a game. I just knew which way. Like, I never went on my own, went rogue and rigged a game. He basically said I knew which way, what stars the NBA wanted to cake at the time and wanted a baby, and like which way the league wanted to go, and I just went with what the league wanted, just like all the other refs. And he said, and I took that information and parlayed it, and that's where it was like illegal. But he said I never, and the FBI director agreed with that. He said he never rigged a game and made calls that the league didn't want him to make, which I thought was an interesting conclusion, a way to phrase it. Like, I never made calls the league didn't want me to make. You know what I mean?
But essentially like essentially like a referee saying like, okay, I know Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock are gonna go. They're gonna go at it.
And I know
the end result.
Right. I know who's gonna win. Yeah.
Yeah, I know who's gonna win. So that's almost the same thing.
Yeah.
And to me, here's the thing. I mean, betting has been around for ages. Before, I mean, it was probably one of the first things that people came about, like the old, like, what is the oldest profession, like prostitution? Gambling was right after it. And so, I mean, shit, we do it all the time, like unknowingly, right? Like, I bet you I can do this. Okay, cool. Like, we do that all the time. The problem is that, I mean, for me, I've never gambled. I've never had a gambling issue. My vice is I make purchases that are like stupid purchases, right? I buy dumb shit. That's my guilty pleasure. Some people drink alcohol, some people do whatever, and some people have a hardcore problem with betting to the point where they'll drain their life savings, affect their families, get divorces. In most often cases, they end up getting killed because they owe people money.
Yeah.
So I mean, the thing is, it's like it almost kind of falls into like, where is it at on a moral compass? Like, are we endorsing this as just a pure company, like we're sponsoring Sonic or Sonic fast food, or are we really trying to push a narrative like give us $1,000 and we'll make it $100,000? You know what I mean?
No, they're just gonna advertise it as like this is just another vice that's okay,
Yeah,
just
that's dangerous, though.
Of course it is, yeah, and they're all just they look at it as like lining their pockets with money, but essentially they're just wearing away at the morals of the people,
Right? Yeah, no, for sure.
We have OnlyFans, which is basically like more. It brought like the adult industry and porn more to the forefront. Now we have gambling coming more to the forefront. We already have like whatever kind of food we want relatively cheap, even though it's not good food that we pick out on. It's like all these excess of all these things that are not good for us, But
so let me ask you this: like if you said we're doing it in excess, right? Would you say if somebody was moderately using OnlyFans that would be okay, or you're saying OnlyFans?
Well, things I pointed out are like things that you probably shouldn't, because I pointed out like bad food where if you're overeating, any food is not good.
Right.
Consuming OnlyFans, which is like some sort of those things are not good at all. Really,
something that we can do.
I would say, I don't know how I feel about.
Let me put it this way. Let's just say there's a girl on OnlyFans, right? And
gambling's probably not as bad, and food you can eat in moderation, but I don't know really if OnlyFans is good.
Like, I'll put you an example, right? Let's just say you're like, you see one girl and you're like, okay, cool. Like, I find this one attractive, she's my type, whatever, right? but it's not to the point where it's draining your bank account. You're like, oh, okay, she's got some new content. Almost kind of like when somebody drops a mixtape. You
Yeah,
know
or
what I
like
mean?
people that buy a video game every year if it comes out. People that buy 2K every year, or
Yeah,
shit like that. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Um,
yeah.
I don't know. I think ultimately it's not good because it's leading to less families created. Um,
Mm.
in the long
Well,
run.
hey, some people do not need to procreate. I think we can both agree on that. There's
Yeah,
some people out there that do not have any business creating any kids.
yeah. Most of those OnlyFans girls probably already have one though.
Maybe. I mean, they might. I mean, I don't know. That would be interesting to see, like, what if there was like some data on that. How many women on there are single mothers? How many are married? How many
Mhm.
are just single women with no kids? Like, I would be interested in seeing what that ratio is. I'd be willing to bet though the majority of them would be women with kids.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it's good because it allows a select few women to become really rich too, and I don't see any benefit to that. I don't really see a benefit of a lot of wealth hoarding in general.
Wealth
So
hoarding.
these
I,
women are putting relatively little into society, but they're like getting all this revenue.
mm, but those are celebrities though. Most celebrities don't really do shit. They just make
Yeah,
movie.
none
Well,
of that's good, really.
I mean, here's the thing. It does take a talented person to be like an actor, right? Because you can't just be some bum off the street. It does take some narcissism as well as some, you know what I mean, like able to adapt into a different character, if you will. But
But
like an
let's look at
OnlyFans.
hold on. Back in the day, if you were like a
Mm-hmm,
beautiful woman, like a
mm-hmm,
real high class, beautiful from a good family and all that, like back in the old days, you would try to
right.
find the best man you could get, right? But what do like these really beautiful, powerful women do now that are real beautiful?
I don't know. I mean, they just pretty much stick to themselves.
They don't like, and some of them maybe go into politics or become doctors or whatever, whatever, and some of them are on OnlyFans, and it's like
Right.
you don't have these like real top beautiful women saying I got to secure the best man I want. I feel like anymore, like a lot of them, these real beautiful women are just on OnlyFans saying I'm just gonna get all the money I can get. I don't
Yeah.
want a man to like I don't need a safety from a man, and instead of like relying on his money, I'll just get my own money. And it's like that's all good and fine short term because all these women are benefiting monetarily, but I just see long term is that really beneficial for like our society and like good families because like
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean like and it might not be a big enough portion of the society to matter, but I just don't think it's still not good a good thing, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
hopefully
No.
it is. Hopefully it is. That is like the minority. But I would be interested to know, like, you
Yeah.
know,
I feel like I don't know. And you and I, well, we've had these conversations multiple times. Like for me, I think for between you and I'm a little bit more on like the free spirited type shit. Like you know, do what you want, but as long as you're not hurting anybody, but to an
but it's gonna
extent.
have
And
consequences that people don't really think about later.
right, right. And you mentioned them, and you've broken them down, and with valid points. But like I said, I mentioned it, before. It's like people are gonna do what they want,
Like you
even
can do
if you were to hit.
OnlyFans only for so long. So if you do it and then you quit,
Mhm.
you have to wonder about what kind of where you're gonna be after that.
But it's no different than like an athlete. So an athlete, they train. They I mean, don't
Yeah,
get me wrong. They're putting in work, but their careers are only as long as about 10 years, 5 years
yeah,
average. So
yeah,
they're gonna get that
yeah.
bag.
It's
Any
similar. It's
endorsement.
similar, but there wasn't a similarity for women as much before. I mean, there are female athletes, but like OnlyFans is kind of more like we thought about male athletes, and then like now it's almost like the same a similar thing for the females
Yeah, I
as,
just
in
wish
that
that there was
way.
something. I just wish there was something that was a little bit more. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. Like, women's basketball, right? Like, obviously that's. I don't want to say it's non-existent because there is like a fan base for it.
It's on the rise
But
right now,
like,
actually. If you want to talk about that a little bit, but
well, I mean, we can talk about it now. My thing is like, for me, I think women should be able to, you know, they should be able to do what it is that they want to do. If they want to be doctors, attorneys, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yes, 100% all day. And some women don't want to get married. Some women do not want to have kids. Some men are the same way. Some men do not desire to have a
Yeah.
wife,
Yeah.
or maybe they do desire to have a wife. They just don't want to have kids. So everybody kind of falls in their own little category. But my thing is this: like for us men, it's like it's easier for us to do shit versus like a woman to try to do it. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, let me put you this way:
I
like, I
think
think
everything
if
in
it
life
was
is easier for women.
like the physical shit,
Not that, but everything in the
well, that's what I'm talking
that's
about.
the one advantage we still got left, baby. You gonna give that up too? The
No, but
fuck?
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying though. It's like,
Everything else is easier for them though, because of the way we've made the system to cater to feminine stuff. Everything's soft for them.
you know, it's funny. I think you said it a while back. It's like, man, I can't wait till this shit starts to flip. I'm actually seeing a flip on it. I think like guys are
Yeah.
starting to like not give a fuck. Like they're not
No,
caring
they're
anymore.
starting
Like
to
that.
not
Oh,
give a fuck, but it's not in a masculine way. It's in like a, just like a, it's in a really, I don't,
like
it's
a
just like,
passive aggressive type shit or what?
almost, yeah. It's like a, have you ever, man, we have to like talk about it on a, anyway, there's been experiments where they lock a bunch of fucking mice in a fucking small contained area. And like
Yeah.
after a while, there's like a group of the male mice that like don't pursue the women and like don't give a fuck. And it's like weird because it's like they become like a weird society type shit. That's like the point we're at. We're like they have water. They don't have to hunt, get shelter, get food, do fight for survival. They have food and water and everything right there for them. So, and the most dominant alpha rats fuck all the female rats, and then so the middle of the line male rats either fuck each other or don't fuck anybody. And it's
Hmm.
almost like that's the,
So
but it takes a while to get to that point. But it's like they fuck their minds up. It's almost like throwing them in a prison. You know, it's like when you throw a
yeah.
bunch of dudes in a prison. Some dudes are gonna say, "I'm running this whole joint. No one fuck with me." Some dudes are gonna fuck
Yeah.
other dudes, and then some dudes are gonna be at the bottom, like I'm just doing what I do to get by. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like there's levels of this shit, and like it's like in society we're at that point where like the women have said we don't want men. A large enough portion of the women have said we don't want men,
Right.
and so now there's a large portion of the men that are responding to that.
Mm.
And that's what the red pill
You,
was before. That's what the red pill was, like a warning sign. It was like a few.
yeah.
It was like a fringe of the of portion of the guys, but about 10 or 15% of guys were saying, "Well, hey, hold up, shit's fucked," and everyone else was like, "What are y'all talking about, dude? Like, shut up." And now those guys have done whatever, whatever. Maybe some of them quit, some of them still doing it, some of them moved on, whatever. But then now
Right.
the other 85% of guys are saying, "Hey, hold on," and like some of them are in relationships, so it doesn't matter. Some of them are still just womanizing and doing their thing, but some of them are like,
Right.
"Hey, I'm just like not gonna give a fuck in the most nonchalant, like just cool dude, loose mood way, you know, like I don't know."
Yeah. You know what I'd be interested in knowing. What I think would be an interesting experiment. Because you brought up the rats thing, right?
Yeah,
About like the alpha rat, whatever, gets all the chicks. I would be interested in seeing how, and it could be all animals, but to see if there is a reactive type behavior between animals when one of them cheats on the other one.
I think it depends species to species and stuff like that, but you know what I
Let's
mean.
just go. Let's
Because
just for the sake of
there's few animals that mate for life. There's not many.
right,
You know what I
right. But what
mean?
I'm getting at, like, what I'm getting at is like, let's just say, for instance, like mammals, right? We'll just use mammals because we're closely associated with them, right? But I wonder if there's like a gorilla, right? Like one of those silverback gorillas, or even like a lion, right? Let's just say he has the alpha. What do you call the alpha female? The I don't know if there's a alpha version of it, but let's just say that's his wife, right? And she steps out with another lion. Does the alpha lion care, or does it?
Yeah.
You know what I
Well, that
mean?
doesn't
Or
happen
if
though.
he, what do you mean?
I don't think that happens. I think when a alpha lion takes over the pack, he kills the other one, and then that's it.
Right, but I mean
and then no one else fucks him until they have to kill him first.
Right, but what I'm getting at though is like, let's just say she finds another lion, right?
That doesn't happen.
She goes.
Really.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but that's what I'm getting at. Like, let's just say she goes right, and she goes and cheats on Mufasa, and she comes back and she smells like Misiyaki or Bond number 9.
Yeah.
she smells like some cologne, and he's like, hold up, like you've been bitch, you lying.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, man, something to think about.
I don't think that really happens much. Do you? It was
I don't know.
I'm looking up this.
Are you trying to find something right now?
Yeah, for that rat thing. It was John Calhoun. I think it was called Rat Park.
Rat Park.
Yeah.
Sounds like an Alabama theme park. That's fucked up. My bad, Alabamians, if that's what you call yourself. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, why do we use rats again?
I don't know. He's a fucked up man. What was it called? Let's see. Rat Park. Let me see. I want to find some of the things that I was remembering about it. Let's see. Something other than Wikipedia, hopefully.
Oh, Wikipedia. I can't believe that website's still up, dude. I've been seeing them. Every time I go in there, they're always begging for money. Can you donate? Can you bless me money-wise?
I know, right?
Every time, dude. They try to guilt trip you. Like,
it's like, you're fine.
Only 5 cents a day you can feed an intern.
Yeah, right.
In the eyes of an angel. Yeah. Nah, man. Rats, dude, they're so gross.
Rat Park. So they gave him fucking drugs too, I feel like.
Oh shit, of course they're gonna act all foolish, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to find it later, but anyway.
It'd be funny if they give him some ecstasy. You're just rolling and shit.
Just rolling.
Yeah, man. I don't know, dude. That's interesting to think about. But the other thing too that I noticed on the WNBA.
Hold on. I found it. It's called Universe 25.
Okay.
At its peak, it housed approximately 2,200 mice.
Wow.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. In 1968, Calhoun started the experiment by introducing 4 mouse couples into a specially designed pen with a veritable, I don't know what that means, rodent Garden of Eden with numerous apartments, abundant nesting supplies, and unlimited food and water. The only scarce resource in this microcosm was physical space, and Calhoun suspected that it was only a matter of time before this caused trouble in paradise. So see, he gave like unlimited everything and then locked them in. Let's see. Said he'd be doing this for years, but he never got this far. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. As he anticipated, the utopia became hellish nearly a year in when the population density began to peak, and then population growth abruptly and dramatically slowed. Animals became increasingly violent, developed abnormal sexual behaviors, and began neglecting or even attacking their own pups. Calhoun termed this breakdown of social order a behavioral sink. Eventually, Universe 25 took another disturbing turn. Mice born into the chaos couldn't form normal social bonds or engage in complex social behaviors such as courtship, mating, and pup rearing. Instead of interacting with their peers, males compulsively groom themselves. Females stopped getting pregnant. Effectively, says, I don't know who this other guy is, Ramsden, they became trapped in infantile state of early development, even when removed from Universe 25 and introduced to normal mice.
Hmm. Damn.
So they
I'm
just
trying
started
to
getting fucked up.
I'm trying to correlate that with today's society, right? Because you got to think, not everything is like unlimited, but we have access
I mean,
to
pretty
like a lot of
much.
shit.
I feel like there's
You know what I
another
mean?
article that broke it down more, but there was another one where it started saying like there was the different classes of males, and it like really started diving into it more. But that's like a kind of a brief thing of it right there.
You see a rat pull up in a BMW. It's
uh,
like, it's, shit, that one made it.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, that's an interesting
he gave him like unlimited
uh,
everything. It was just crowded, you know.
like New York or LA or Austin for that matter. Shit, dude. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's so. It's like, yeah, you get unlimited everything, but then after a while, I mean, you can't even enjoy it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one that's breaking it down more. It said, the experiment began as you'd expect. The mice used the time that would usually be wasted in foraging for food and shelter for having excessive amounts of sexual intercourse. About every 55 days, the population doubled as the mice filled. So it's saying they don't have to like try to stay alive, run from predators, get shelter, like all gather food. They're just like chilling and eating and nested up and fucking. Said when the population hit 620, that slowed to doubling around every 145 days as the mouse society began to hit problems. The mice split off into groups, and those that could not find a role in these groups found themselves with nowhere to go. Uh,
Is there video footage of this? That'd be
I
amazing to
don't know. I
watch.
don't think so. It's amazing this guy didn't go to jail.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
they're
saying?
like they gave him a Nobel Peace Prize, and then they implemented his system into today's society. They're like, hey man,
Males who failed withdrew physically and psychologically. They became very inactive and had aggregated in large pools near the center of the floor of the universe. From this point, they no longer initiated interaction with their established associates, nor did their behavior elicit attack by territorial males. Even so, they became characterized by many wounds and scar tissue as a result of attacks by other withdrawn males. The withdrawn males would not respond during attacks, lying there immobile. Later on, they would attack others in the same pattern. See, it's weird. It's like they're not fighting like normal rats. They're like just fucked up in a lot of ways.
well, you gotta think about that. Like honestly, dude, this kind of sounds like shit that we do.
I know. Not exactly, but
Like,
in a way. We're not it's not regular
but it's
productive
like
behavior.
somebody gets bullied, right? They're not gonna fuck with the bullies, so they'll go to
Go
somebody
bully
that's
someone else. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. See, it's like a fucked up it's like yeah. No, there's comparisons to be drawn for sure. So it's super interesting.
Just think about it, dude. Like, what ends up happening if we have so you always say like, man, today's society would not be able to survive if electricity, water, and all that shit went out. They're and the rats. It sounds like their survival instincts went away because
Mm.
of that. When they did have kids, they didn't know how to train them. They didn't know how to show them shit because they didn't have to
Yeah.
worry about it. So then the kids grew
Exactly.
up like, were like, oh fuck, well at least I have my tablet. You know what I
I
mean?
know. Fuck, dude. That's
That's
crazy.
crazy. Damn, that was in the '60s, dude.
The kids are on those tablets like crack. And you mark my words, if I ever have a kid, they will never have a fucking phone or tablet.
Wait, are you thinking about having one still or not?
Nah.
Yeah,
Heck
yeah,
nah,
you
dude.
will one day. You're gonna have one day, bro. Mark my words.
Mm-mm.
Just one. Yeah, no, but yeah, dude, that is pretty. That's a
Rat
damn. That's
City.
pretty dope. It's Rat City, bitch. Rat City. Oh man. Yeah,
It says, despite or perhaps because the fact that their every need was being catered for, the mothers would abandon their young or merely just forget about them entirely, leaving them to fend for themselves.
mm,
Oh, here we go.
damn.
The mother mice also became aggressive towards trespassers to their nest, with males that would normally fill this role banished to other parts of the utopia. That sounds really familiar. This aggression spilled over, and the mothers would regularly kill their young. Infant morality in some territories of the utopia reached 90%. Wow. This Calhoun was onto something.
Bro, what a weird fuck, but man, what a dude, that's crazy, dude. Oh man, I bet you there has to be a documentary about this. This would be interesting to watch because it's like
It's called
a
Universe
lot of the shit.
25.
Universe 25. I think you just named another podcast, bro.
Dang. Because there's another one called Rat City, but that's one where we're doing like drugs and other tests. Universe 25 was the one where it was only on like crowded space, no like drugs or nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really interesting.
man, that's weird. Like when you think about it too, where it's like rats, man. They're not that fucking smart. I mean, they're smart in the sense they know how to survive,
Yeah.
but they, you know what I mean. For
We're
them
animals.
to,
We're all just animals. Just basic animal nature.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, that's true. But I don't know, man. It's weird because it's like what makes us different other than we can talk and communicate with each other. Animals do the same thing.
Not much.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's a cycle. I think we were
Yeah,
all animals once, and then you move up and you move up and you move up and you move up, and finally you get to this stage, and then you keep going, and finally you move up again, and who knows? But that's my
yeah.
theory. But
You,
because, like
you
you
know what
said,
I
what
was
does
thinking?
separate us? There's a lot of similarities, but there's clearly something different. But it's interesting. Some
Yeah,
animals are a lot smarter than others. I'm sure you've noticed that. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's like
All I
what's
gotta
up
do,
with that?
all I gotta do is watch Cops for one episode. I'm like, yep.
There's a couple of dumb animals.
Just a little bit. But yeah, man, that's wild. I mean, it makes you wonder what other experiments that have been conducted. That's again, that could correlate to what we go through or how we feel, right?
Hmm.
Because like, here's the thing: like for humans, we have pretty basic emotions: happy, mad, you know, and they all kind of, you know, the basic ones. But then you get to the thicker, or you go deeper with it, right? Because then you get mad, then you get pissed, then you get to the point where you're blacking out and you're ready to murder somebody. You know what I mean? You gotta think, dude. Like there's just a tunnel of each of emotions. Like you can be happy, but then you can be glad, super excited to where you're like you know, you can't control your emotions. That's one I'd be interested in knowing about is what it is that keeps us from controlling our emotions.
Hmm.
You know, because think about it, dude. It's all in our mind. You know what I mean? Emotions are really just you reacting to different situations, right?
Hmm.
And some people, and everyone acts differently when it comes to being happy, sad, or mad, or whatever. But it's like, what you know, what goes on in the brain for someone to just pull out a gun and just shoot somebody?
Hmm. I don't know.
You know what
It's
I mean?
crazy.
Because I've been mad before, but I've never been to the point where I'm like I want to end someone's life. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's where you're like, I don't know. You have like you're like you have overall like negative. What am I trying to say? Like a negative thought process or negative energy, like several and that becomes like a pattern. You know what I mean? You don't just wake up one day in a bad mood like I'm gonna do it today or today's the day or like I'm so mad today I'm just gonna do this. It's like no, I feel like these people are mad or upset with their life for like a long time. You know what I mean? To where
Yeah,
they're just like they're thinking on a whole other level and then they're like, they've been thinking
yeah,
bad things for a long time. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They have
But
to
like
be
for
because somebody doesn't just wake up one day and like, oh, I'm pissed today, so this is gonna happen. It's like no, you got to be.
yeah, I mean it's a compound effect for sure. But I'm like for instance, like Jeffrey Dahmer and like Ted Bundy, all these like serial killers, right? Like, were they able to tap into the part of the brain that nobody could really go to unlock
No.
that monstrous type of behavior? You know what I mean? Or
No.
like, does something just come over them to where it's like they're numb 100%. There's nothing that's, you know what I mean, that can change that because they just turn into this monster. Like they have to have had to enter
They're just
into a
crazy.
type of what's that?
They're just crazy. Anyone can do.
Well,
You
yeah, I
can do.
mean,
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, yeah.
like there's crazy people out there, but like crazy like Steve-O from Jackass. He'll go and cut his eyeballs and do all kinds of shit. But I think if you put a gun in front of him and said, "Hey, kill this guy," he's not gonna do it.
Don't you think those kind of people that kill all those people though? Like I said, they were just like thinking negatively for like a long time.
I mean, I don't know because sometimes they find pleasure in the murder,
I know because they've been thinking fucked up for a while.
but they don't know that. At least,
Maybe they do.
or maybe they do. Maybe they do. But my thing is, it's like
Someone
like
that's
for
a
me,
hero would find pleasure in killing them.
yeah. Well,
So
like
it's
for instance, like
all
when I played,
perspective, you know.
yeah, like when I played soccer, right? I went into a zone, like, cause it was not one of those things where like it's almost like doing a drug. Like I don't know if you play competitive sports like that, but like when I was in soccer, dude, like it was full soccer mode. I didn't give a damn about anything else. I was just trying to get that ball and whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn. Pause. My bad.
No diddy.
But what's that?
No diddy.
No diddy. Oh, but about that apology video too, dude. I don't know if you saw it. Did,
I heard
did you
about
see
it for
the
sure, but I didn't see it.
bro? It was the least sincere video I've ever seen,
I'm
bro. It
sorry,
almost looked like
nigga.
it looked like he was holding back a laugh, bro. Like he was trying not to. He was just like, "Yeah, man. Like I don't know. I'm not really proud of myself, but like
He's like,
I
speak,
was
Bill,
like, dude,
speak.
yeah, yeah. Keep my wife's name out your fucking like. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he was like dude. That video did not do him any favors. And like we mentioned before, like dude, Diddy's career is just done. I don't. There's not going to be any legal ramifications for.
You don't think?
Uh, they already said. I think it was the LAPD said that because the crime had been so long, like they can't prosecute him or anything like
What?
that. I guess there's like a statute. Yeah, that's what they said.
They got Bill Cosby 50 years ago. Bro, what about the statute of limitations when it came to R. Kelly? What the fuck is going on?
Bro,
There was no statute of limitations then.
bro.
I want justice. I want R. Kelly. I want Robert released now. I want Robert released now.
If the
diddler can roam free, then free Robert.
God damn. Oh man, I thought you were gonna say justice for Cassie, but you're like, I want
fuck her. I'm glad Diddy was able to slap her around. Free Robert. I want to know what did he end up going to jail for? Do you even know?
Who?
Robert.
Oh, bro, man, he got a nice little lengthy
Why though?
Charges. Well, one was for kidnapping, right? Because he was holding people against their will.
Were they underage?
Some of them were.
Okay, that's the part that I care about because the other part, I'm not sure that they were actually kidnapped. It's like,
yeah, nah, he's straight up.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he's straight up. Yeah, he said Pokemon Go, but yeah, dude. Yeah, so he's not facing any, or he's not going to be seeing any jail time for that. But like his career is done for. I don't think. Well, not that he really did any rap to begin with, like recently. But any type of stuff that he's going to be touching, like if there was any time for him to show up to a party, or
they just made him big again. They just put his name back in the news. He was nothing. He was fading into nothing, and then this just made him big again.
who was the other
No one gave a fuck about Diddy,
individual?
but before this, now everyone talking about him.
Trying to think. Yeah, I think it was Diddy. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, the thing about Diddy is like I said, man, he's such
We
a like
ain't
a.
going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere.
God, wait, are you with the Diddy? Are you done with the Diddy or what?
I'm with anybody who can fuck the system and get away with it. It's just like mocking the like the system that everyone respects. It's like
Listen, Slim Thug.
I don't really care
Listen, Slim
about,
Thug.
yeah.
I need you to, I need you to hold on for a second.
Well, go
Uh,
ahead. I mean, be
Slim
sure to
Thug.
vote this fall. That's what I meant to say.
Slim Thug, bro.
Nah, but
Um,
anyone that can like make the system look dumb and poke a hole in it and mock it, I'm gonna enjoy that little moment. I'm not a huge Diddy fan or anything, but like right now, I'm enjoying him fucking the system over. I've been jamming the his son's diss to 50 Cent.
God,
Ooh,
man.
he said, where the fuck all you haters? You better line up. He said, my dad's in a G6 in the air getting a lineup. I was like, okay.
Mm,
I'm a bad boy, make a bad bitch want to sign up. I was like, okay.
mm, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, Diddy's done for his son. Nobody gave a fuck about his son, by the way,
No,
before
they
this
don't
shit
care.
happened. And after this, they're not gonna give a fuck either way. I mean, that's pretty much it. And the thing was too is like you were mentioning about the
50
baby
Cent better
earlier.
just hope this all goes away before his fucking gay ass gets exposed.
There was another artist that I was thinking about that I was like, man, I don't
I've
know if
never
I should
seen a man
mention it.
smile so gaily when another man's scrambling
Did you say
daddy.
gaily?
Yeah. I don't
You
know how else
said
to
gaily.
I don't know how else to say it without making myself sound gay, so I was like,
You said gaily. That was pretty gay.
have you seen the way he smiles whenever they talk about Diddy or bring up Diddy's name around him? He gets real
Yeah,
cheesy. He gets a cheesy smile like,
yeah. No, I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, he did. He's done. But you were mentioning about man. All right. So real quick, and we've had this conversation before. So for me, like I mentioned, I felt like hip hop was already kind of on the brink of of extinction.
yeah, you were dead wrong about
Uh,
that. You might be right. Ah,
well, here's the thing. Well, that's what I was going to say. The only thing that's really keeping this boat afloat, really, is the beef. That's it.
maybe now that Drake is out of the way, new stuff can happen. You know what I mean?
I'm not even checking for new artists. I could not name a new
That's
artist if
you.
you
That's
if
you. But I actually have a list of good new artists that have been like keeping the game going for like a while. But Drake takes up
yeah.
so much of the spotlight, it like takes the shine off of these other people.
Yeah, well, it's the market share, right? It's like Coke.
Yeah.
Coke was like the king of sodas. So then you got Kendrick, who's Pepsi, and then you got J. Cole, who's Hill Country Farm,
Hmm.
Hill Country Soda, the off-brand, the greater value. I shouldn't talk shit, but
Hmm.
still,
Yeah.
I want to see them fight. I want to see them box.
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
That would be cool to see. That would be
Yeah.
cool to see. But yeah, and I'm trying to think of what else that I've seen in the news that's kind of newsworthy. Um, I mean, you know what's caught my interest recently is that I've noticed a lot of companies have been doing a huge amounts of layoffs,
Yeah.
massive amounts. It's almost seeming like it's a weekly thing. Toshiba, Tesla, Amazon, Indeed, school districts. Like, bro, I don't know what I'm thinking. Like, man, I'm just like, it's like that meme where the dog's sitting at the table and the whole place is on fire. He's like, it's fine, it's okay.
What's going on?
I don't know, man. I mean, I've already accepted the fact that we're in a recession. We just haven't seen the full thing just yet, but we're already kind of seeing it. My question is though, it's like, okay, imagine you getting laid off at a tech company, right? And tech, I'm just like, dude, like, what else can you really do in tech? Like you're gonna code, you can do some shit, I suppose. But I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I would hate to. I mean, I'm sure they make a lot. They do make a lot of money, but I would hate to rely on just that solely as my work, because it's like it's not necessarily a tangible thing.
It's gonna be
You know what I
rough when the
mean?
power goes out,
That's
and
what I'm
it's gonna be
saying.
hot, and it's gonna be dry.
Like you could be like, yeah, man, like, oh yeah, I can fix the car. Cool. What, I can do electrical. I can do plumbing. What can you do? Well, when we had electricity, I used to be able to code shit. It's like, okay, here, fucking, just go pick
I
up
used to
the
do
go pick up
DoorDash.
like, well, I was working IT and then I got laid off and did DoorDash.
Yeah. I was working at what is it what is that what is it
Oh god.
damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. What's that place where you can buy to rent, like you rent shit? Aaron's. I worked at Aaron's. I worked at Dairy
You worked
Queen.
at See, I can't say shit though because like I work at Lowe's and I water fucking plants too. So, oh yeah, I used to water plants. Oh, your begonias look a little dry. Let me help you there.
Your begonias. uh,
Oh god, dude. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, if this world comes to a halt, man, there's gonna be a lot of people having a bad day,
yeah.
bad day. So yeah, man. I don't really have much else to talk about. I mean, well, I did have that one thing for the Houston ISD, but I mean, honestly, I'm just kind of like,
Yeah. I don't know. I wanted to mention a few rappers that have been holding it down that maybe I know you weren't privy to, but definitely like Memphis had like a big like upsurge over the past like I would say 5 or so years. There was Young
mm,
Dolph who was huge before he passed.
yeah,
And then after that there was Moneybag Yo, and I think Key Glock is another one. And I feel like there's
mm,
someone else that was a Young Dolph, like someone in his group that I'm forgetting. But then there's also NLE, and then Pooh Shiesty, Big Walk Dog, Money Man, and then Finesse Two Times. Which Finesse Two Times may or may not be from Memphis, but
I
there's
thought he's from Houston.
is he okay? So I'm wrong about that. But the rest of those guys are all
I could,
Memphis.
I could be wrong, but
I'm
I thought
not.
he was from Houston.
I think he's not from Memphis, so I'm wrong about that. But all the rest of those guys are from Memphis. So Memphis has had like a really good little, and Detroit also has had a bubble, but I'm not as familiar with like any of that. But Memphis has had
Right.
like a nice little bubble that's just kind of like gone, kind of overlooked. I mean, some of those guys popped. Moneybag Yo popped, uh, and Dolph definitely popped pretty big. Um,
No, no pun intended.
yeah, but
R.I.P. R.I.P.
yeah, but no, I think Memphis had a good like little run for hip hop, and definitely like if you're a real hip hop head, you were like, okay, there's some good shit, different style, you know. It's not mainstream by any means because it's Memphis, but it was good hip hop.
Right.
You know what I mean? So maybe some people that were like just tuned into the radio and shit and weren't like looking for it, weren't hearing it, but you know, it was there was some good music put out. And actually,
Yeah.
Wayne had a resurgence, and he had like two or three good mixtapes from 15 to 20, 2015
Yeah.
to 20. If you want a good Wayne mixtape to check out during that time, look up uh, what was it? No.
No
Uh,
ceilings.
I want to say it was No Ceilings, or it was the other. What's the other mixtape series that he has?
The drought.
Nah, fuck. It was something six. Dedication. Dedication 6
Oh,
and D6 Reloaded. He put out a double tape. Dude, that whole
yeah.
thing is like really, really good. It's like old Wayne, and he put out in 2017. So I feel like he had like a good little run in those years where like there was good shit being put out.
You know what I noticed about the rap though too is like, so Wayne, Ti, Jeezy, a lot of these guys, right? they'll still put out a track. And in fact, they'll even put out an album. Kanye.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Right. So here's the thing: in the 2000s,
Well,
early
Kanye had the #1
2000s.
song with Carnival. That was a big deal.
Right. Right. But check this out though. In the early 2000s, when like Zero, Texas rap was like bubbling up, and all these guys are popping. I don't remember any 80s rappers in the scene.
Hmm. Yeah, I know, but
Like,
times changed, raps changed.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think the only rapper that I could think, or off the top of my head, that were like from the 80s to the early 2000s was like maybe LL
That's
Cool
a good thing,
J.
though. That's a good thing because back then the old heads didn't stay relevant with the time, and they just like a lot of them hated on the younger ones, or just were so
Yeah,
old and out of touch they just didn't talk about it at all. But now
yeah,
with technology, it's so easy if you want to stay in touch with what's going on. So I think that's
yeah,
overall a good thing. And also
yeah. Do
Atlanta
you
had
ever?
a. Oh, what were you gonna say?
Uh, I said, do you ever see rap becoming like disco, where it just becomes
I could see it being
just
on the
like a?
downcline right now, but I don't know what's gonna replace it really.
I don't think you can replace rap, dude.
Yeah.
I
Just by
mean,
some
rap is.
not replace it, but just what's gonna take over as the biggest genre in its place.
If you had to guess, what would it be?
Something that has a little bit of hip hop in it, but is not hip hop enough for like the hard, like something that's more like clubby hip hop. That's like a little too weird for real hip hop to accept. You know what I mean? Like some spin off of
You
it,
know what?
maybe not, but like
You, you know what era I miss?
you
I
know
miss
how
the
you know how
crunk
hip
era.
hop is like jazz, but then a lot of like several other ingredients too, to where it can't just like people that like jazz are not gonna like. Oh yeah, that's hip hop. Like it is jazz, but that's only part of it. So jazz purists don't like are not really gonna. They might fuck with hip hop, but if they want to listen to jazz, they're not gonna listen to. You know what I mean? I don't know if I said that good.
Yeah,
Like they're gonna like they might respect hip hop and the parts of it that really accentuate jazz, but if they're real pure jazzes, they're not gonna really like. They're gonna want to listen to jazz
hmm,
instead of hip hop. That's how the
yeah,
next thing is gonna be. So hip hop is gonna be like the old thing, like jazz, and there's gonna be this new thing that hip hop is just like one part of it, and has like 5 or 6 other things in it. And if you're a real hip hop purist like me and you might fuck with like 1 or 2 songs of the new shit that really sound hip hoppy, or like the old shit. But for the most part, you're like, I
right,
don't fuck with this new shit. I fuck with the old shit, just like the old school
yeah.
jazz heads. You're like, I fuck with this do do do, like the fucking trombone and shit. And you're like, whatever, dude. Like that's what it's gonna be like.
Yeah,
Hip hop is gonna be like one of the 5 or 6 ingredients of the new thing. Maybe that's what
yeah.
I think.
See, because like even like so, I listen to different genres of music. One of them that I listen to, it's almost I don't. Some people would call it like gay music. I don't see it that way, but it's called fuck, what's it? Future funk, and it's like a mixture of disco with house music. It's kind of weird, but I fuck with it because it's like upbeat tempo type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's almost like they're trying to bring like disco back, but like in a futuristic way.
Hmm.
And they're kind of blending in anime. So it seems like right now anime is kind of big into the hip hop culture, and so anything
Yeah.
anime with like a mixture of hip hop or like how like house trance type shit, like they're taking over. You know what I mean? I almost
Hmm.
feel like anime is kind of like the new like. Do you remember Fat Albert when they did the FUBU?
Hmm.
Do you remember that clothing line?
Yeah.
Yeah, almost. Well, I don't know. Maybe that's not it. I feel like anime to hip hop is kind of like man. I'm trying to think of what was big back then.
Hmm.
I don't know. I've never. I guess now thinking about it, I can't think of another.
Yeah, and rappers are starting to paint their nails and shit. It's getting weird.
Yeah, the crossover has been interesting to watch. It's been very interesting to watch because it's
Here's the
like,
thing,
you
Yachty
know,
is still really relevant and important. That's what I was gonna say too. Little Baby was coming out of Atlanta. He's been huge. 21 Savage, like
yeah,
it or not, has been big for Atlanta. Future's been holding it out for a fucking decade or more. And
yeah,
then who was I just about to say? Oh, Yachty. Everyone thought when Yachty came out that he was gonna be all like all the other mumble rappers, be out for 6 months or a year and a half tops, and get out of here.
don't lie. You thought so too. You didn't. Don't
I
tell
didn't
me
know
you were
what to
down
think,
with
but I
him.
was a fan early on of him over everyone else because like he had 1 or 2 songs I fucked with, and then like
Yeah.
the longer he was around, the more I fucked with him. I don't fuck with him painting his nails, but like I fuck with his
Yeah.
like musical talent, and he wrote several of the City Girls good songs that like have a good beat and like sound good, and you're like, this rap
Yeah.
sounds catchy. It's because it's motherfucking Little Yachty, and like
Yeah.
there's one or two of his songs I don't like, but most of his shit I like, and
Was it
I
the Cold Like Minnesota?
that one's all
Cold
right.
Like
I'm trying to think of the
Minnesota.
one. He had a that broccoli song's nice with Dram. He has the song Peekaboo with all three of the Migos that is fucking fire. Um,
Yeah.
he has some other good shit too if I really had to think about it. But I've heard he's influenced Drake quite a bit too. Um,
Well, yeah, they were buddies for a little while.
yeah. So Yachty, I kind of fuck with him musically, but I don't remember why I talked about that. But I don't fuck with
Well,
him
you were
painting his
just
nails and shit.
yeah. I mean, yeah, like I said, every artist has his own thing. Like, who was it? XX Tentacion, right?
Yeah.
I never jammed a song of. I think the only one that I did was that what is that big one that he did?
I don't know. He was a weirdo. I couldn't fuck with
Like,
him.
Look at Me or something like that.
Yeah.
But that was the only song that I heard. But then when he died, I was like, let me check his shit out, and he's got some jams. And
He's a weirdo.
he could huh?
He's a weirdo. He definitely was going for
Oh,
some
he
like
was.
satanic type shit.
Oh, for sure. But like the way that he harmonized a lot of his songs, it was like, okay, cool. Like if you were a depressed kid that had no friends, this was
I know. I'm glad
you.
Drake killed him.
Damn. So you think he did, huh?
Yeah.
I don't see that. That's such a like a bottom tier artist. No disrespect to
Bro, he
X,
had
but it's like,
so many Drake fans that were gonna like abandon Drake for him, big time.
yeah. I just
He was
that's
gonna
kind of
take
I
over.
to
He
me.
was the Pac for the young kids, basically.
So then why isn't he going at Kendrick?
No, the Tentacion. He was
I
gonna be
mean, I
like the
know, but
next
I'm saying
Pac.
why doesn't Drake just knock out Kendrick?
I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. But Drake definitely didn't want Tentacion around. That was a nightmare for him.
Yeah. But like, man, it was for such a small artist with for not that big of a following at that time. I mean, it just kind of seemed like it was like
But the
I don't know.
potential
Again,
was like through the roof. Whereas Kendrick's potential is like Kendrick only puts out a song or an album like every 3 to 5 years, so he's not as much of a threat for Drake, and he only makes a certain type of music. Like my brother Weston, he doesn't like Kendrick. He doesn't like really fuck with his music. He doesn't like it. It's like all the technical shit. He don't like. He don't fuck with it. And
it's corny.
it's corny to
You think
him.
it's
He
corny?
doesn't fuck with
Yeah.
it. He doesn't fuck with
Yeah.
it. And I get it. Like we both feel that way about Eminem too. It's like a little too corny for us. We both respect the like the craft and like the what am I trying to say? Like his few real big records and like the artwork. Like we respect it for what it is, but we can't jam that shit all the time. It's like corny. So we feel
Yeah.
the same way about. He feels the same way about Kendrick. I kind of appreciate Kendrick, but that being said, there's people that don't fuck with Kendrick. So
Yeah.
Drake's saying he only drops every 3 to 5 years. He doesn't really make radio hits. He's had one or two that were bangers on the radio, but for the most part, doesn't make radio music. And there's like some people that don't really fuck with him. And Drake's thinking, if I persuade those people, and then like a lot of hardcore hip hop fans are guys. A lot of girls, whatever sounds good, and Drake's just staying on their mind. Every 6 to 3 months, another catchy hit that they can. It's good to listen to in the car. It's good to dance to. Oh, it's all this. He has real good shit that's catchy, and you can turn it on at a little party or family function or whatever, and it's like. Drake feels like no one can be in his lane, even Kendrick. So, but
What's funny is you were saying about what Drake was listing all the stuff about Kendrick. You know who else has done that before?
Hmm.
Jay-Z when he did that to Nas.
Hmm.
He's like he goes he goes you made a hot what do you say you made a hot verse, I made it a hot song. Like he pretty much said like you come out with an album every 8 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Let's do the math. So like Drake is literally
That's what J.
he's
Cole
like
said in that. J. Cole reused that bar on Kendrick. And his 7-minute drill diss about how like, oh, you dropped this, that one. I don't remember the bar, but like, yeah, J. Cole reused that diss on Kendrick.
Yeah.
But they're saying it doesn't add up because his albums are actually like pretty good.
My problem with this beef right now is that these rappers are past their prime. They're past their prime.
I don't think
had
so.
they done this 2014, 2013, when, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when
But it's
when
like
the
that
Forest
thing.
Hill-
It's like because I would agree. Like you're saying, hip hop might be like on the slight downcline. They might be past their prime, but it's like in the NBA when someone gets old, there's always someone new to take over as the new star. It's like there's no one there to take over. It's like Magic and Bird are getting old, and there's no Jordan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but here's the thing, right? Okay,
would you agree with
like,
that?
for instance,
Kind of.
to an extent.
To an extent,
my,
yeah.
my thing is this though. It's like, you know, if they'd have done this maybe 10 years ago,
because they're contemporaries who are like Big Sean, Wale, who like Pusha T, maybe one or two other guys. They're all kind of like pretty much retired at this point, right?
Well, yeah, because they're like, look, man, I did my thing.
Yeah,
and I'm good to go. Like, I don't have anything to
go.
prove. I made albums. Let's go.
With that being said, Rick Ross, your fat ass can retire. I have heard the last of your ass.
But like, you know, for Drake,
that Drake diss he sent out was just like every other song he's made over the past 5 years.
Yeah.
I walk on mobile floors.
Yeah. No, I think, like I said, man, it's just, had they done this years ago, it probably would have been a different story. But I feel like this was kind of like,
they had too much to lose back then.
This is the Hail Mary from the hip hop industry.
Had too much to lose. Now if either one of them loses, they're like they could be on their way out anyway. It was like a last hurrah. Why do this?
This is them giving Derek Fisher the ball on that corner shot to hit that three to win it, and they made it, because now we're talking about it.
No,
they made it. I mean, their songs are now, you know, platinum.
Don't you think this was planned out though?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're like, listen, people like, we both understand, all of us understand, we have a core
Something's weird because there was like the Diddy drama, then the beef, now back to Diddy. It's like so weird the way they did that.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I think this is kind of a way to rejuvenate, like, hey, look at us, we're still here. Like, hey, you know, look, Taylor Swift, she's off for the football season. Y'all guys need to come look at us. They wouldn't have done the shit during Taylor Swift, you know with Travis Kelce.
That's why if Drake says that, does Drake get extra points for mentioning that during the beef?
No, because that's basic. Everybody knows that shit. Here's the thing.
I wasn't really thinking about that.
You know, the difference between them and like other rappers is that they do some hot stuff, but they don't really speak real controversial. The only rapper that I can think of that's
calling
not
Drake a pedophile is not controversial.
Oh no, for sure it is. But what I'm getting at is, like, when you were mentioning like Taylor Swift, like
Drake used AI. Tupac. Just him using that was the diss. It's like, you fucking dare to. Most people, I would say, over 50% of hip hop fans consider Tupac the best. You know what I mean? It's just like a reflex. Who's the GOAT of basketball? Jordan. Who's the best rapper? Tupac. It's just like a reflex. Or if they, you know, Tupac or Biggie, it's like a reflex. Who's the best? Jordan. Who's the best? Tupac or Biggie? Whatever. So we're like, oh, to use Tupac AI is like super disrespectful, especially to a West Coast guy. Kendrick, we need ya. It's like, okay, motherfucker, that is cheesy and lame, and like that's the diss that he fucking used his voice to like disrespect the dead. So like I think, to me, that he gets points for that. You know what I mean?
At the end of the day, Drake will never be considered the greatest rapper ever.
He wasn't trying to be with this, I don't think.
Oh, yeah. What else was he trying to be? He wasn't
I think he was trying to say, I'm the greatest of this generation. Enough with Kendrick. I've already outlasted everyone else. I have hits on hits on hits. I've been dominant. Now this little pipsqueak that puts out an album every 3 to 5 years, and then he'll diss me, and then when I diss back, he hides. He never is like whack-a-mole. Drake's like, this time I'm going at it. He's locked in. I'm locked in. Drake fucked up though when he dropped the last one where he's like explaining himself. I'm not a pedophile. I'm not like Michael Jackson. I would have been arrested by now. I don't want to hear that. Just fucking tell me how shitty Kendrick is again. If when you start defending yourself, you seem like a weirdo. He should have just attacked.
You sound guilty as fuck.
Yes, dude. If Kendrick gave me 1 flame on the emojis, give me 2 or 3 flames on the emoji. Like, wow. Like, it's like if I just saw Zapdos, show me Mewtwo, motherfucker. Like, pause. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come with the most banger shit you got. And he came with some weak mid shit. But I thought Kendrick got points for, like, bringing up the pedophile shit and, like, really going for it and putting out the best song. Drake got points for, like, the AI. And, like, Drake also said in one song, like, he made it sound so clean, but he was like, every time I drop, you wait. And he's like, nah, not this time. You following through. And it was like, okay, he's calling him out and saying, like, this time, like, basically, I'm pushing you to, like, do something, you know? Yeah. I also think this is one of those things that, like, Drake thinks is more important than most people think or care. But, like, Kendrick was trying to get, like, information to diss him about, and Drake, like, leaked some fake information. I don't really give a fuck about that, to be honest. Like, and then Drake thinks, oh,
I think that was a test, and that wasn't even a test. I don't think that was a test. I think that was a test for Drake's inner circle. I think he wanted to say something,
and it worked, I guess. But, like, I just don't care about that really.
Oh no, but it's a smart move because Drake was like, telling his inside guys, like, yeah, listen, I have a kid, I don't know about, but I do, and then if that guy went to Kendrick with it, then he knows that it was somebody.
Well, I think he told that guy to go tell him. I think it was they were all in it together. The only the main misstep by Drake is the last song, but so I have to give it to Kendrick for sure. But I think it was more or less all contrived. So it's, you know.
Yeah.
It's almost like the Cat Williams thing. He does this big thing at the beginning of the year, then halfway through the year, he's filming a special. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if Kendrick is dropping, like, Drake always drops, but I wouldn't be surprised if Kendrick drops or does some big collab coming up. Yeah.
What was the last one you came out with, 17 or 16?
Like you said, is to get the hype behind him, and all that. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, so we'll see, man. If Kendrick announces an album drop in the next 3 to 6 months, I mean, you pretty much called it.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
But yeah. Well, it's getting close to that time, brother.
Okay.
I have to get ready to go. Plus, my battery's almost dead. But, dude, there's a lot of stuff we got to talk about. I know for the next episode. And, as far as the beef, like I said, well, I think you called it. I think everybody, like you said, the general consensus is that, Kendrick won it.
Yeah, for sure.
And, but this still is not going to do anything to Drake's legacy.
That's what I've been saying. I've talked about it with other people too, Weston and others, but, like, yeah, I don't think it's going to really do anything. That's why he didn't care. He's like, I'll go for it. Fuck it. Like, I don't have anything to lose, really. In this beef. Now, if it would have been someone else, he has shit to lose. But with this one, I feel like
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it was very entertaining. And, it'd be interesting to see what's going to happen in the future with, the next few artists that come out. Because, I mean, dude, honestly, I feel like their pipeline is dry. There's no
Little Baby was really a big one that you missed out on.
Well, I mean, yes and no. I mean, like I said, if here's my thing, if
he
a
was
rapper
big for a good 5 years.
He was, but he stuck his fucking foot in his mouth,
with what?
And it's like, well, what he was saying. Remember?
Who? What?
When he was what was he saying? He was saying some homophobic type shit or whatever.
That was the Baby, not Lil Baby.
Oh, Lil Baby. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm getting my baby.
No, Lil Baby's been hot for a minute.
I never liked him.
Really, he had some bangers though.
He has some bangers, but I just don't like his flow.
You're tripping. He has a couple songs with Drake that are fucking stupid. Look up Yes Indeed and Girls Want Girls.
Yeah.
Bro, his flow. I like his flow. It's like kind of new.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I wasn't too hot to it, but I mean, maybe I'll give it another look and see if it jams. But
Yeah.
when I first heard it, I tried to give him another shot because I was like, maybe I just didn't give him a good listen. But when I heard it, I wasn't blown away. But like I said, I'll give it another go and check.
Get out the wheelchair, Grandpa.
When I was listening to rap, you boys would
just pretend your cars have rims on it and you're smoking a Swisher, and then turn it on.
I used to have spinners on my car.
I used to have blades.
We used to roast slab back in the day.
I used to buy Primos.
Yeah, we actually samped syrup.
I got a big bag of chips for 99 cents.
Damn. Oh, damn. But all right, bro. Well, like I said, man, we'll come up with we for sure we'll prepare for some better topics because I know, like I said,
I know something else that happened was AOC and Marjorie Taylor Greene were going at it in Congress recently.
I missed that one.
Yeah, that's some low level drama, but they were just name calling. So
the usual.
Yeah.
Leftist calling other people names. That's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we'll come up with some others, some stuff soon. But man, like I said, man, just to get this thing rolling and going, man, it feels good to do it again.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess was it episode 18 or 19? 19, right?
I think it was 19.
19.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's episode 19 in the books.
Yeah, let's do it, man. We'll come up with the 20th here, and maybe, I don't know, whenever you're free, maybe this week or next week, we'll see.
Within the next week, we'll have another episode out. So we'll get, like Josh said, we'll get some topics lined out. This one was kind of a quick episode after the last one, but we'll get some good topics for the next one. And y'all get in the comments and let us know if there's any like recent news stuff or anything interesting that's going on that y'all want us to cover, and give us y'all's thoughts on stuff we've been covering. Like, comment, subscribe. Josh, anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Man, RIP to the Iranian president. I was kidding. Goddamn. No, man. What is it? Like I said, it feels good to be back. And yeah, let's get this thing going.
All right, episode 19. We'll see y'all soon. We out.
Later.
Hold up, why you gotta be so mad? J-Flex and Centex in the lab, cooking up, blast, impact, intact. If you ain't living, then you might as well be dead, fuck the facts, writing fucking truth, not the trash, that bullshit ain't gonna last, rap shit coming soon, can't you see with your eyes, all the lies, disguise. So much going on with the world these days. Don't forget war going on every day. Every little breath that we take worth more than gold. Sinning really causes you to lose your soul. Not too late, can still be saved. Enslaved, the ones in power want y'all to behave. It's not like evil learn from their past mistakes. Watch out for the end of days is coming. Watch out for the end of days is coming. Got no more